There's a RAM shortage happening right now. Prices are rising, stock is disappearing, and Micron is pulling out of the consumer market entirely. Here's what's actually going on, and why this is way worse than people think. Before I even researched this video, I actually found out the hardware. I was trying to buy RAM for my new home server build, checked Amazon, and instantly closed the tab. I ended up ripping RAM out of another PC because I just refused to pay £160 for something that was $60 just a few weeks ago. For almost 2 years, RAM was dirt cheap. DDR4 16GB sticks, £25. DDR5 32GB kits, £70. But in 2025, prices have doubled, tripled, and quadrupled, and in some stores, RAM is just gone. Why is this happening? 2 letters, AI.
I love AI. Do you use AI?
Absolutely.
Do you use ChatGPT?
Companies like Nvidia, AMD, Google, Microsoft, and OpenAI are consuming absolutely absurd amounts of memory, especially HBM, or high bandwidth memory. HBM powers AI chips like Nvidia's H100 and the upcoming B100, B200, and every one of those chips requires huge stacks of memory. Here's the problem. HBM and consumer RAM come from the same factories. So when AI demand skyrockets, the capacity for DDR5, DDR4, and LPDDR for laptops gets eaten alive. And the big 3 manufacturers, SK Hynix, Samsung, and Micron, are funneling production into AI because money talks. HBM has profit margins 10 times higher than selling RAM to gamers. But AI isn't the only cause. Back in 2023, demand for RAM crashed. Manufacturers cut production by around 30%, so they entered 2024-2025 with low output, low inventory, and suddenly a massive spike in AI demand. This is the worst possible combination. One of the 3 major RAM producers, Micron, is now effectively abandoning consumer RAM and SSDs to focus fully on AI memory. For consumers, this means one fewer RAM supplier, higher prices, less stock, and SSD prices will also likely rise. And the big question, will Samsung or SK Hynix follow if AI keeps printing money? Let's talk about OpenAI and Nvidia. OpenAI recently signed priority access deals with all 3 major memory suppliers. Future AI models require 5 to 10 times more compute, which means way more memory. And Nvidia? Well, they've stopped supplying DRAM to GPU manufacturers like Asus and MSI so they can keep that memory for their AI products. So GPU manufacturers are now fighting AI companies, data centers, cloud giants, and each other for the same limited supply of RAM. And this affects both GPUs and RAM. Prices for both are climbing and stock is thinning out. Should you buy now or wait? Honestly, nobody knows. From everything I've researched, this shortage could last years. Manufacturers haven't announced any increase in consumer RAM production, only huge expansion in HBM production. And here's the kicker, you can't build a DRAM fab quickly. It takes 3 to 5 years minimum, and no amount of money speeds that up. And manufacturers are clearly prioritizing AI. Right now, consumers are being pushed aside. If AI is a bubble, this is terrible for us. If AI isn't a bubble, this is also terrible for us. We're now in a race between the AI bubble bursting and new factories finally coming online. Until then, RAM and GPU prices are going to hurt. RAM is expensive, GPUs are expensive, and AI is eating everything. Good luck out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Like and subscribe, or else Nvidia will turn VRAM into a monthly subscription.